Hello everyone, and welcome to our continued Let's Play of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All. And, weird Phoenix Wright logic happens. So after talking to Old Bag, we have to present Adrian Andrews to this guy. Because I don't really know why.
Hey, that's Andrew. That's Miss Andrews. That's Matt's manager. Actually, I was interested in her for a little bit. Just a little.
Is she the new girl from the third case? Everyone's
But the issue's more okay than the
Yeah,
other
exactly.
One. He has not tried to kill you with a line.
She hasn't tried to kill with a lion, and she's at least, like, obviously above 18. You know, if you guys really want, everyone can try and bang the secretary.
Actually, wait, now I'm confused.
Mm-hmm.
Back on the third case. Did she just walk away free with that?
Yeah.
But I
I'm
mean, she,
pretty
like,
sure
what? The guy.
She mold...
She put Shepard on her. Yeah, she put Shepard. she put Pepper on his scarf, right?
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
guy got, like, crippled because of that.
Well, yeah, I know. I mean, in real life, they'd probably give some sort of, like, involuntary manslaughter, I think it's called.
But
or
I mean, she
accidental
did put pepper on
manslaughter.
his scarf. That's pretty
Yeah.
hardcore.
Well, yeah, but
I mean,
obviously
you don't even know
she's...
that wasn't acted like purposely.
I assumed it wasn't on purpose. I assumed she was just a big dumbass, but you know.
But I mean, like, if I put fire to an elevator and it ends up burning 3 people to death. I mean, even if I was like, right, it was supposed to be a joke, I still can't though.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. So Mr. Powers likes this type of woman. What do you know about Mrs. Andrews? Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure, like, definitely the real law system has things for that. Like I said, like, you know, if you chop down a car,
Yes, if you chopped on a car and it
Yes.
hits a tree,
Get
does
your-
anyone hear it?
That's a good question. What do you know about Mrs. Andrews?
Well, see, here's the thing. I don't really know her. You know her, you know? Now.
Pearls is surprised by this.
First does not get man logic.
I don't blame her.
No one does. That's sort of a small rumor. There's sort of a small rumor going around about her right now. A rumor. Ah, if you're interested, I can give you a little bit of the details.
He's so happy. He looks like a lion that's just found his next meal. Jeez.
And that turns out to be a guy in a hospital who can't move.
God damn it. I'll admit that the hairstyle does kind of, not helped by that jacket, does kind of make him look a little bit like a lion.
Wait, orange is not the color of lions?
Well, I mean, it's close.
It's yellow orange.
Yellow orange. Let's see. Oh wait, okay, right. Then it brings up a talk subject. But you see how this is roundabout? Because we had to open this up. This is one of the rare things in Phoenix Wright that well, okay, not rare. Some of those things I just straight up don't get. So to open this up, we had to talk to Old Bag to get the gossip about Adrian. But she didn't give us anything, so instead of talking to her more, we have to go over to this guy and talk to him about Adrian. And then the actual topic, but how does that leap in logic work? Why does he just suddenly know something
It
about
makes sense
Adrian?
to Asian people. Don't question.
It makes sense. I'm sure that's just how daily things go. You have to, like, talk to 20 of your coworkers to make sure you open up the next conversation with your boss.
Exactly.
And try telling me about this gossip.
Ah, so you're interested in it too? I figured you would be.
Yeah.
But I'm on a murder investigation.
Right, exactly.
I have
Very
such a
important.
weakness for celebrity gossip too. You are a celebrity.
I know. Oh, really? You too, huh?
Yeah, so take a look at this.
Looks like a tabloid Miss Oldbag would read.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which I guess that statement brings it
Maybe they
even
meant you
more
to do this
about.
first.
Maybe? I don't know. We could try talking to Oldbag after we have this and showing it to her, but I don't know. Alright, let's see here. Jammin' Midnight Rendezvous.
To the mysterious yet beautiful manager, to the stars, Miss A.A.
How do you know that doesn't stand for anti-artillery? It would be a name in the Phoenix Wright game.
Okay. It's not even a thing that exists.
It isn't? Oh. Oh, wait,
It's
I'm sorry.
It's anti-air.
Yeah, anti-air. I'm sorry.
Anti-Italy. You see now, don't you?
What?
You can stop pretending to be in the dark, Mr. White. June Cordia didn't have a manager of his own. Which means if we are talking about a certain manager with the initials AA...
Adrian Andrews?
Our could also be Admiral Akbar. He had a romantic relationship with Admiral Akbar.
Oh my god, that would be the biggest news.
Yes, exactly. This is the big news.
But it seems kind of odd that woman, Miss Andrews, together with the biggest rival of her client?
Yeah. Ah, is that a... Fuck. Ah, it's... Okay, it's not my fault. Why is it, it's that wonderful... Okay.
I don't know. It's a weird... and no one sees that.
It's that wonderful thing that can only happen between two people. Mr. Powers looks so happy. Wait, it can only happen... Besides what? It can only happen between two people. What else? Between two robots?
I don't know. Maybe... Actually, you know, that's fair. Come to think of it, that statement is really weird. Not even going to a lot of questionable stuff. You know, love can happen between, like, animals.
Yeah,
Don't
like,
be
even,
racist.
Even if you want to be like, oh, it can't happen between two animals, like, this kind of, like, complex love. It's so...
Right.
What kind of, like, statement is that? Like, oh, this kind of romantic relationship can only happen between two people. So, wait, animals have, like, managers, too?
I guess... Oh, wait. Yes, animals will have managers that can cheat on other people with... Actually, I guess that is the weird statement about it. It's like, only people... Like, I don't even know what that statement means. Yeah.
Yeah, because this context only works with people in the first place.
Well, that is true, but in the way he says it, it's like a super happy thing, like, oh, true love between two people, but it's, I don't even know what he's saying. I was just following along, not having any idea as to why he's smiling. Well, I don't either, to be fair.
None of us do. Hey, like the saying goes, one man's garbage is another man's treasure. What are you even saying?
I don't know, but he gave us this clipping.
I'm just confused. I like you, Powers. Don't turn into, like, the president.
Don't turn into that guy from the second case that owned everything and then decided to come into courtroom and got fucked.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, he was probably the president.
He kind of was.
Yeah. Hey, so do you have anything new to say? No. See, literally nothing comes out of it with Old Bag.
So what was the point of going to Old Bag?
Like I said, I can't see it. I know that you have to go to Old Bag to get the information that we just got. I just don't know why, because she didn't do anything. She just... Yeah. I mean, unless I'm completely wrong, but like I said, I can't talk to her about a new subject, and I can't show her the newspaper. Let's see. Okay, now we can do this thing with our...
No, it was the other one.
No, yeah, it was her. She had a Magatama thing, and this is how you solve it. Both her and the manager have a Magatama, but I think we have to solve hers first.
Maybe. But I thought because the woman was like, oh, you have no proof that... Okay, I guess, maybe.
Yeah, well, we'll probably have to use this item twice. Please answer some questions on the... I think we already... Yeah, we already did all this. Yeah,
We did the first part.
Quancrita and yourself. Take that!
One of the ever case where a lot of hardest. Like, yeah, God, I forgot what
The
it was.
killer.
Well, not the killer, but flame for it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That would be interesting.
Because obviously she's not gonna be the killer.
Yeah, it would be pretty surprising, though I would love to see a case where she, like, pulls an afro out of her gun and shoots someone.
You mean a gun out of her afro?
Yeah.
An afro out of her gun.
I seem to be having an issue with that today, but yeah.
Be a terrorist today.
It's basically the same thing if you think about it. It's just syntax. Take that!
I'm pretty sure that's what the police officer says. It's like, he had a gun, look at his hair.
This is the article from a certain weekly tabloid. Jammin' Midnight Rendezvous. The mysterious yet beautiful manager to the stars, Miss A.A. Ah! Mr. Krita didn't have a manager of his own. What's more, his rival, Mr. Engard's manager, Adrian Andrews, she has the initials A.A.
That's just Adrian a guy name?
Well, actually, what I always thought of when I saw that was actually like Adrian Monk, because, yeah, it is kind of a guy's name. I guess her parents didn't like her very much.
For that reason, I think of Adrian Shepherd. I don't know why.
Interesting.
I'm wondering if anyone named his shepherd Adrian, and that's where it came from.
Maybe. Saw this article and then thought to make some pictures of them as proof. That's why you were lurking around Mr. Krita's door last night. Wow!
When I said his shepherd, I meant like from Mass Effect, not from Shepherd.
I don't know, but give me some of your soul, Lotta.
You know, how many times have you drained her soul? She must be dying.
Well, she kind of deserves it. I mean, look at that face. Big scoop. You were looking into Mr. Krita and Mr. Andrew's affair, weren't you? You got it.
That her eyes are huge.
You know, they are pretty huge, actually.
Maybe she's a pony after all.
Compared to, like, everyone else. I mean, not everyone. Other than Pearls. Yeah. But yeah, her eyes are huge compared to, like, Mr. Krita, who honestly looks pretty normal. You got it. I was gonna get myself a scoop by catching him in a secret meeting. There's already an article about it in one of the weekly tabloid magazines. It's no longer breaking news. What'd you just say? Her initials are AA. What kind of vague thing is that? That ain't no proof of nothing. People are gonna want to see some real proof. Actually, how did they just get the... Like, how did they manage to just get the initials AA?
I have no idea. This case has totally jumped the shark and then kicked it in the balls.
That's fair. Because I don't think anyone, like... I think I've even heard that kind of thing in Mystery before, but it's not the kind of thing you do on the phone. It's like, hello, Miss AA. I don't know. Well, at least I do. So that's what I was doing. Getting photos.
Oh.
I'm gonna whip up the reader's interest with some gossip and a little misleading. Then spice it up a little and have myself an exclusive story. Ah, Lotta. Nice journalistic integrity you got there. Indeed. I already finished writing up my spicy article, you know? Before you even did any photo or journalistic work. Good job, Lotta.
Maybe she's actually... Maybe her true calling is being a writer and she just doesn't know it.
Maybe so. Maybe she's like a fanfic writer. I bet she wrote up some super saucy story between Mr. Krita and Miss AA.
Well, okay, that too. I was like, maybe she should write Applejack fanfiction and then become really meta.
That would be amazing. I hope someone's done something like that. But... the paper I wrote on it, my note to myself, it's gone.
You note to yourself.
It was inside the case of my $1,600 camera. I mean, we get how much the camera is, lady. Jeez.
She just really wants to make sure you know how much money she has in case you're interested, you know?
I guess. They done run off together. I came here for my big story. Didn't come here to have my treasure disappear on me. Yeah, I understand. Our treasure disappeared on us too. And by that I mean Maya Fey.
Which we didn't care about.
Exactly. It's enough to make a gal go bonkers, I tell ya. What's with people now anyway? I never thought I'd see the day when someone done steal something from me. You really want that note back, huh?
I said she wants a camera back.
It seems more important than the note, yeah.
Because the note is not relevant because the guy's dead.
Exactly. I think the news of who's having an affair with who is kind of irrelevant after one of the two people are dead. Got no idea why, though. The story on that note is probably a bold-faced lie. Lana's camera updated in the court record.
Maybe she was accidentally correct and that's why the camera got stolen.
Maybe so. Okay, just to make sure, do you have anything new to say about this? And I just bought that camera. Okay, no, this is what you said last time. Okay, now I think that her camera's been updated. We should be able to have, oh, I bet that's it. I bet she stole Lotta's camera.
Maybe that's the book she's reading.
Oh my
That
god.
would be the most obvious thing ever. I don't think that hat has a red, pink book note.
Well, no, I assume that has nothing to do with it, but I assume that she stole her camera because Lotta's, you know, correct. Yeah, because Lotta's a bitch. Okay.
I think I really don't like that woman. I'm gonna steal a camera and commit murder.
Take that. Best reasons to do things is that you didn't really like someone that much. Motive for murder. Why was Juan Creta murdered? If you ask me, I think you know the reason he was killed.
read this.
Oh, right. You're right. Okay, sorry about that. Not good with being intimate with another person. Somehow I highly doubt that. Take that! You and Mr. Creta had an intimate relationship, did you not? A silly third-rate tabloid article. If you even had half your wits about you, you wouldn't believe such rubbish.
You know, actually, she has a point. Is this like the level kind of thing you can really use evidence, like as evidence in court?
I'm not sure.
I mean, she could literally be like, you know what, this evidence does not hold up in court. It does not hold up to me. I'm done.
Well, that's probably why we're getting more evidence besides this. But yeah. This one I can slide because I'm assuming we're gonna answer her. Well, it seems quite a few people bought into this story. As to be expected in a world filled with crooks and liars. Note to self, stay on her good side. Well, I think we're kind of doing the opposite of that. In any case, I despise interpersonal relationships like that. I see. However, what if there was a need for you to get close to someone? Me? Need to get close to Mr. Creta? As if there was ever such a need. Didn't you get close to Mr. Creta for this person's sake?
Old bag! Hey, it might actually be correct. You might have been trying to get the, signature for Old bag.
That would be funny. But perhaps I get the feeling she was trying to screw over Mr. Creta, which might be why he was always coming out on the bottom of Matt Engard's rivalry stuff. So let's try it. Take that!
Impressive if say that Matt already was a bottom.
No. I fucked up. Do you really still not understand? What? It's not in my nature to enjoy doing things for others, but you're a manager. It's called a job. I'm in charge of Mr. Engard the star, not Matt Engard the man. Oh. And you are not my client.
You sure?
We kind of are in a way your client. I mean, if the Matt Engard the person gets sent to jail, Matt Engard the star kind of goes away.
In fact, yeah, aren't you our client?
Is this my subtle hint to go home? I'd certainly think logic would work that way, but Phoenix Wright people don't give a shit. But I must have had a need to get close to the victim. Wait, what?
Good bag.
You really think it's Old Bag?
No, but I think it's a different Wendy, maybe. But you can try Old Bag.
Okay. How do you feel about Old Bag?
What? How does you... We did not ask about Old Bag yet. I mean, asked about that... No.
I know. For this person's sake.
Well, it might be willpower. Actually, look at Powers. No, his name is not Wendy Powers.
Indeed, it's definitely not.
But honestly, his Powers is the only guy left. But
Yeah.
she doesn't even know her, so she doesn't know him, so it makes no sense.
Yeah, that doesn't really make any sense.
Didn't you get close for Maybe it's Mr. Kodeo himself.
Well, that's what I was thinking. It either has to be Powers, Kurita, or herself.
But herself makes no sense.
Well, yeah.
Okay, maybe actually try herself first.
Okay. Take that! Nah. But I couldn't do it for myself, because I am not myself. I am not my client. Okay, what about Juan Kurita? Cause you had a boner for him? No. Oh no, Mr. Nick, if you push yourself anymore, your soul will shatter. And so I guess we gotta try and steal some of her soul. Okay. I'll get back there real quick.
I don't know. I don't even know if we have the evidence we need.
I don't know either.
I think you have to ask. I think you have to present people to Earthberg.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. I'll try this one more time with the other guy, but I just can't see it, so...
It's not willpower.
Yeah, I know. I'm just doing it because I already started the process, you know. But you're probably right. There has to be a reason why we went through that trouble with Old Bag. Okay. Yeah, it's not. Oh no, jobs and stuff. And Nick, please calm down. Even though your soul can never actually shatter, because that would be stupid.
But you can lose in court. I don't see why you can't lose outside of court.
Well, that's fair. You mainly, I just, yeah. I guess I would say it is even fair just because the ways you can lose in court. Like, you can be so winning and that's just screw up a few times. It's like, well, that's the end. I know we're not even talking about your client anymore, but get out, Phoenix. What do you have to say about Adrian Andrews? She doesn't care about Adrian Andrews. What do you say about Francisca? Doesn't care about that person either. Jeez, you don't care about much of anyone. What about you don't even want to talk about yourself? Jeez. Jeez, Old Bag. Okay, I think I'm,
No. Ask that guy, yes.
Well, okay.
Okay, I give up. Shoot me.
Hello, everyone, and we're back. I guess I didn't really need to announce that, but we had a bit of a cut here. So now we're in the police station. I forgot we had to talk to Gumshoe. March 21st, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. Detective Gumshoe said they had an investigation briefing.
Yeah. Oh, he's back.
Hey, so you came, pal. Why the blunt greeting? Cause there's nothing to be friendly or happy about. What do you mean by that? Well, things look perfect this time around. The evidence and testimony are airtight.
Not
But
like that case 2 turns ago where a guy got killed in a room with no one else in it.
exactly. But we can't just roll over and die. We have to stay positive. I know. Maya's life is on the line. Oh no. So what do you mean the evidence is airtight? Can't give you all the details, pal, but there's 2 big pieces.
2?
And both of them are in this photo. Alright. The first is the button that's missing from the victim's chest. Is that what you call a button? I'm not sure what else you'd call that, but that's a pretty big button. I thought more like a coat button.
But it's a Japanese button, don't question it.
That's the button you found during your body search of Mr. Engard. Yep, I found it in the folds of the Nickel Samurai's special pants. That sounds really...
His special pants.
Oh, those are his big boy pants. The second one is the knife in his chest, pal. The fingerprints on the knife on his chest, to be exact.
Fingerprints? Whose are they?
Oh, obviously they're Jack Black's.
What?
I don't know. You didn't even have to ask, little missy. It's obvious they're Matt Engard's. Tomorrow's trial. Talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place.
And a rarity. Or a Tom, I guess. Stuck
Yeah.
between a Tom and a rarity.
That would be the worst. So what about this airtight testimony? It's that old security lady, Miss Old Bag. I thought so. What... What do you mean you thought so? Did she tell you something, pal? Well... And I even told her not to open that mouth of hers and blab to anyone. Her blab knob is stuck on 10. There's no turning it down. Trust me.
I mean, you tell everyone not to test stuff, and you shouldn't. We always get the info.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
forgets every key.
He seems to. At this point, you might as well just not tell anyone to tell us any. I mean, you might as well just not talk to anyone about who we are or whatever, because we're gonna figure out stuff anyways. Well, Miss Old Bag saw it all, pal. She saw Mr. Engard come out of the victim's room around the estimated time of death.
No way.
Well, what do you have to say about this? We're pretty interested in this bit of gossip ourselves. The scandal with Mr. Kurita, but why? Well, 2 years ago, a woman committed suicide. Oh no.
Suicide?
Her name was Celeste Impax.
Oh no, Celestia.
And she was Juan Kurita's manager. The victim's manager? That's not all, pal. Impax was Mr. Andrew's mentor.
Did
Oh,
she went
no.
down and kill her in like blood?
She probably did.
By hanging herself?
Exactly. She taught Miss Andrews everything she knew about the business from square one. I'm sure she also stabbed herself in the back several times after hanging herself.
Her mentor?
A woman who was both Mr. Kurita's manager and Miss Andrews' mentor. Could her suicide have something to do with this case? Do you want to know more about her, pal? Well, no. I mean, obviously, yes. Celeste Impax. Let's hear about this bitch who likes bananas. She was the victim's manager and was also Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. Been 2 years since her suicide, and now those two are linked again by another death. Or maybe it's just a coincidence, but wah!
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm getting sick of dealing with one foolish idiot after another.
Miss Von Karma!
But you can't have two people in a flood at the same time. It's impossible.
I know, exactly. That's why she had to knock Detective Gumshoe down with her whip, so she didn't break the laws of
So
physics.
she's standing on him now?
I'm assuming so.
You can't seem to stop allying yourself with the enemy, can you? I don't need a traitor, my miss. Aren't we like allies? Technically, we are both fighting for truth and justice.
Yeah, we really should be, but, you know, you don't mean... You don't mean...
I do. Scruffy. You have 30 minutes to get out of here. You're no longer needed. Goodbye. Wait, you can fire them?
Isn't this the second time we've gotten Gumshoe fired?
He seems to just recover from it.
Yeah.
He gets better. That's...
Wait! Please wait, sir! If I don't get this month's pay, I'll stop.
Quiet. If it weren't for traitors like you...
Ooh. It's time for someone swag to walk in.
Obviously, old bag.
Aw.
I would have won. Is that what you want to say? Woo. I mean, that voice is totally not unique, so I don't know who that is.
Edgeworth!
It's been a long time, right? And I changed to red again because blue was lame.
Dude.
This person, this is Mr. Edgeworth. What am I going to do with you? Still blaming others when things go wrong? Wait, my one. You haven't changed a bit, Francisca, and you've stolen my voice too.
Dude.
You! How dare you show your face to me without a shred of shame upon it? You have sought that one common name and dragged it through some mud. I said you liked him, now I'm just confused.
I thought so too.
Run away with your tail between your legs like the urban dog you are. Are you talking about the one common family creed? To be perfect in every way? Then let's see it, Francisca. How are things going? I hear you are having a rough time maintaining perfection in this country. This country fucks you up, man.
Yep. You come to America and it just fucks you left and right. Well, this
It's
version.
just America.
Aw.
You seem to be getting crushed under the weight of it all. That's why I came back. Keep your assumptions to yourself. I haven't given in yet. I won't lose, but you already lost.
You did 2 times, and Mr. Edgeworth just swagging it up back in here.
So now there's 3 people standing on this spot.
I know, seriously.
And so what? This is in the middle of the police office. It's like, no one, like, guys, shut up.
You'd think we'd be a little annoyed. We're kind of just shouting here. But
This case is mine. I never hand it over to you. Never. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I will see you tomorrow in court. It will be a clinical lesson on the meaning of total victory. But not good speak. Still the same, right, Mayor? You always swear. What? Oh no, she's a pony.
Oh no.
I thought Cisco Pony exists, so I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fair. So, Mr. Edgeworth, it's been a while. We can't just be like, oh, you're back. We have to talk about a relevant thing.
But I mean, I thought we saw he was dead, so we're taking this pretty well again.
We really are. I guess let's talk about tomorrow's trial. Okay, here we are. I thought you, the prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, had gone and died.
That was a weird way to say that. I said you, the displayer Green Bean, had gone and died.
Oh no! But it turns out that I had faked my death because I felt like it.
Mr. Nick, so he is really, he really is pretty much a little bit cooler version of Kyber.
Basically.
This is what Kyber would do. He's like, I love the card game. Jump off a cliff.
Pretty much. I never wanted to see you again.
I think that's enough of a warm welcome for someone you haven't seen in a year.
Are you going to run tomorrow's trial?
You heard her, right? That white man hasn't given in yet, it seems. So no, you don't think I'll be making an appearance? Your hatred for me is quite unhealthy, not to mention one-sided. Wait, are you saying you don't hate us?
He is saying that.
But last time you hated us, and we liked you, and now it's the other way. Wow.
I know. Jeez. This is a very odd couple.
But I will say one thing. You can't win on your own at the trial tomorrow.
What's that supposed to mean?
But you need Maya, but I know where she is. I have something definitive that you lack. And that's the definition of teamwork. It's a power to fight the two.
Wait, when did you have that?
Yeah, I was like, well, I mean, I guess he is. I'm like, we are the guy running around with
Right,
this person.
exactly. This is basically if Kaiba came back one time and was like, Yugi, I can beat you because now I have the power of friendship and truth.
But you don't have any friends.
Exactly.
Ignore those other guys.
The truth?
In order to understand this case, you must have to you have to understand a certain truth. Well, if you ever feel the need for my assistance, there's a way to you. I'm not in charge of this case, so I can be a bit more generous with information.
Just what is going on inside his head? Well, I want to know why he faked his death, really. That's mainly what I want to know about what's going on inside his head.
It's never gonna be explained.
It probably
Just
is.
failing.
A lot of... Oh, wait.
A lot of things may have happened. However, Winfred von Kammer was still my mentor. And a perfect win record is proof of a one Kammer.
1 year ago, you could not establish guilt in a few cases. Are those losses the reason you suddenly disappeared from the prosecutor's office? Do you leave because you had lost your perfect win record?
No, because my father tried to have me, like, pinned for murder, man.
Yeah,
it kinda sucked.
So. I imagine that sucked a lot more than the win record thing. To think your motivation for prosecuting trials was so selfish. It had been better for everyone if you never came... Jeez. That's a little harsh. This really is. That's a little harsh, don't you think, Phoenix? It'd been better for everyone if you'd never come back from the dead, Edgeworth.
Honestly, it just makes it look romantic.
It really does.
I wonder what if, like, imagine if, like, Juliet or whoever died first, Romeo or Juliet, I forgot who died first. Juliet, right? Like, not died, they actually died, but thought they were dead?
Yeah, yeah, Juliet was the one who pretended to be dead, so,
okay.
Yeah.
Imagine if, like, Romeo, instead of killing himself, just dropped her body on the floor and, like, walked away. And then Juliet comes back, like, a week later, it's like, God damn it, I hope you were dead. You should have stayed dead, Juliet.
Yeah,
I'm, like, swimming in bitches now.
That would have been amazing if that hadn't been how it actually ended.
I see. Then let me ask you something. Why do you stand in the courtroom? What is your reason?
I stand in court? I don't know. Well, if it was Franziska, she would almost definitely say...
Because I'm German, man. I will defeat you this time. The instant she saw me.
But...
Wait, what? Because the instant she saw me was still a character voice.
I know, I don't quite get that either. That was kind of weird. The courtroom is not a personal battlefield for prosecutors and lawyers, even though that's exactly what it is in this game. I stand in the courtroom to defend my client, to save their lives.
To save them? To save your client, you say?
Those who think only of their own ego-driven goals. Those kinds of prosecutors are reprehensible to me.
Wait, have you ever met a prosecutor who isn't?
Max Payne. I don't know. I don't know.
But yeah,
Pain.
like Pain, I'm sure is actually like a good guy. That's why he keeps losing because he knows that his guy is actually not guilty. See, like maybe he's actually like 1 comma times 10. He's like way better. He could win every case. But when he knows that the enemy is actually not guilty, he just like fucks up his own case.
Right, exactly. He just pretends to be a total noob. I'm sure the final boss of the last like Phoenix Wright game will be like Pain, times 1,000. Even if you're a prodigy, or someone like you, Edgeworth.
It looks like there's still a lot you have to learn.
A lot I have yet to learn. Me?
I am perfect. I have a perfect win record, and it may never be broken. Wait, okay, I need to 1 color.
Yeah.
But that's enough for now. The time when you will see is coming soon enough.
Ah, okay.
Look at his face.
I know.
Should end the pod before we.
Yeah, alright. Thank you all for watching, and,
Catch you next time.